Okay. So this is a brief agenda about today's demo. Okay, so we'll be talking about Textila VLSI and its features. We'll be talking in brief about VLSI semiconductor introduction and industry, so eligibility criteria for DFT jobs. So industry compensation for DFT. So DFT course overview, training and methodology. So we'll be, in brief, we'll be talking about this ASIC or chip design flow. Then we'll talk about placements of Takshila VLSI, then infrastructure and labs. Then we have a Q&A session at the end where you can ask any queries if you have. Okay. So about Takshila VLSI technologies, right? We are a premier institute in advanced VLSI studies. I mean, we are, there are only a few institutes, okay, which do this training in VLSI technologies, and Takshila is one among them. So we are located next to Bagmani World Technology Center, Bengaluru, with world-class infrastructure and lab facilities. So all the trainers and faculty have a good number of years of experience in semiconductor development. Okay, and we have a proven track record of placements with scholarship facilities. Okay. So this is unique features of Takshila. So 100% placement assistance till you get placed. So we follow a industry standard course curriculum where we will be executing an industry standard project. So you'll have 24/7 VPN based lab support. Okay, so these are unique features of Takshila VLSI. Okay, so coming to this slide, right? It's a pie chart about which industry consumes the chips or the processors or semiconductors that the VLSI industry produces, right? So if you see, right, on the right hand image, the market was at 803.15 billion. It's 2018 numbers, and it is expected to grow at a combined annual growth rate of 8.6% from 21 to 2028. Okay, so what the idea behind having this slide is, right, is to show that the demand for, there is only one way for the demand for semiconductor or the processor can go. Okay, that is only up. Okay, the demand is only going to increase from here on. Okay. As you remember, right, many of the dumb consumer electronics like refrigerators, televisions, washing machines, ovens have become very smart these days. Okay, this intelligence to these devices, right, is driven by the processors. Okay, these processors are again produced by this semiconductor industry. Okay. So as the intelligence of these devices increases, right? So the demand for processors will increase. If the demand for processor will increase, right? So the companies which produce these processors, right, they are going to hire a lot of engineers. You need some engineers to work on this, on projects to produce these devices, processors. Right? So the point is, the basic point or the point at the end is the will I say job market as a whole, right, will be quite attractive for the next decade or so. Okay. So it will be a pretty in-demand skill as more and more work starts moving from US to India or other countries to India. Okay. Yeah. In India, right, you see these semiconductor companies are broadly categorized into three actually. So one is product-based companies, the other are service-based companies, and the third category is the EA companies. So product-based companies are the companies who usually send their employees to these. So the service-based companies are the one who send their employees to these product-based companies to execute project of these product-based companies, or what usually happens, right? So these service-based companies usually take a part of the design and execute it at their place in setup called as ODC. It's called as offshore development center. So the product-based companies are the ones which produce these processors. Example for these product-based companies are Qualcomm, uh, Broadcom, Intel, Microtech, Microchip, uh, Global Foundries. There are a lot of product-based companies, and I mean example for this service-based companies are they have this they had semiconductors like CL, Wipro, Infosys, okay, Tech Mahindra, Wafer Space. That's all. There are many companies which play this service, which have this service-based concept, model of business with them. So and again, third category are the EDA companies. So these EDA companies are the ones who provide these tools which are used to develop these processors. Okay. So there are three companies. What is Cadence, Mentor, and Synopsys. Among these three, right, Mentor and Synopsys are very famous. And even in these companies, right, there are different kinds of tools. Okay. So there is a different tool for DFT. In DFT, right, there will be different types of tools again. One for scanning session, one for ATP, one for M-based. Am I not audible? Yes, you can unmute yourself and you can tell me. You did not.
Yes, your voice is breaking, so it's too low to hear.
How about now?
Yeah, it's.
How about now? Is it good now, guys?
Yes, it's audible now.
Okay, okay. So should I repeat something or should I carry on from where I had left?
You can continue, sir. It's audible now.
Yeah, sure. Okay. Please stop me if my voice goes bad again. Okay. Great. So as again, right? These are the categorization of the EDA companies. Sorry, companies. Various are semiconductor companies present in India. So this is this slide. Right, it gives you the market share of different product based companies. You see, right? Intel, Samsung, TSMC, Qualcomm, Toshiba. As expected, they are the biggest in the world. So next, coming to this VLSI service companies, right? So as I was explaining earlier, there is this Wipro, Infosys, HCL, and there are many established VLSI service-based companies. I mean, there are more than 200 plus service-based companies which are present in Hyderabad and Bangalore. Since there are so many companies, right? The opportunity to work in DFT domain, will be very easy to get actually. Okay. So this is the eligibility criteria. You should have completed your graduation with 60% minimum on the DFT course completed. Or if you are a postgraduate, you should have completed your post-graduation with 60% minimum on the DFT course completed. See, VLSI industry as a whole, right? It's a quite a niche field. Okay, as a fresher, right? Whatever you have learned in your college, okay, those are good. But again, companies usually ask for the experience on particular domains. Okay, so this experience you'll not get anywhere because the tools which you use to work, right? Those are very costly, and you'll not be able to have them anywhere. So you'll not be able to get that kind of exposure to the tool, at least early exposure. Okay, so you will get that kind of exposure to the tools and methodologies related to DFT in this course. Okay. So it will be a plus if you have taken this, if you take this DFT course. Okay. And again, this is the different DFT salary scope that you can expect. And again, this right, it entirely depends on the market conditions. Okay, there is usually there is something called as a equation, which usually people are the recruiting people usually talk about it. It's called as multiplier. Okay, so it can be two. It can vary from 2 to 5 depending on the market conditions. Okay, if the markets are very good, right? Let's say your experience is 4 years, and okay, if the market is very good, okay, it will be, let's take it as 5. Okay, so you can, with your 4 years of experience, you can expect a salary of 20 lakhs. Okay, so this multiplier, right? Again, based on the market conditions, it keep on varying. Okay, but as a whole, right? VLSI domain and the DFT domain in particular, right, is quite satisfactorily, in terms of pay, or in terms of pay and as well as the work satisfaction actually. Okay, it's quite I mean, according to me, the work itself, is quite satisfactory. Okay, so this is a typical ASIC chip design flow, which is used to produce your chips or processors. Okay, one second, guys. So this is our typical ASIC chip design flow. So usually come customer, right? He comes with his needs on exactly what his chip needs to do actually. So let's say your customer is a mobile phone manufacturer. Okay, so he tells that I need, it needs to have, the processor needs to connect to the network. It needs to drive the display. It needs to write into a memory. So all these things, right? There are different functionalities. So these are called as a specs. Okay, these specifications are drawn out by your company, in connection with your customer. Okay, so these specifications, right, are turned into architectural design. This architectural design is converted into RTL design. So RTL, once RTL design is done, right, it will go to RTL verification, where it's verified that whatever RTL we have done, designed, right, it is meeting our current specification, design specifications. Okay, so once this is done, right, so it's when the RTL is deemed that it is meeting, sorry about that, is meeting our design specification, it goes on to the next steps, that is the physical design and DFT. Okay, so all these steps, right, from synthesis, okay, this floor plan till this sign off, right? Okay, it goes into a domain called as physical design. Okay, it's called PD domain actually. Synthesis, PED, floor plan, placement, CTS, routing, sign off. Okay, all these are PD steps actually. Okay, so in this, right, DFT domain, DFT is itself in itself is a big domain actually. So, okay, in DFT, right, there are a lot of things that needs to be done. That is, you should be able to test your memories. You should be able to test your logic. You should be able to test your IO ports. Okay, you should. There are many things that needs to be done in DFT, and based on these things, right, there are a lot of things that needs to be done. That okay. So there is so. Uh, in DFT, right, there are different sub activities again, like scan insertion, automated test pattern generation or ATPG, memory based test, L based test, okay, boundary scan test. There are different things that you need to do. Okay, so as a whole, right, I mean, DFT domain in general is very critical. As I can explain here, right? See, if you see, once your RTL design is fixed, right? The job of your RTL designer is done. So once your RTL verification engineer verifies that the whatever RTL that has been designed, right, it meets the specifications, so his job is also done. Okay. Similarly for PD also. Okay. So, but DFT, right? So DFT is a special domain where DFT engineer, the involvement of DFT engineers starts right from here actually, architecture design. Okay, he'll sit with architecture design team telling that I want this logic or ports to do my DFT, okay, to make the design testable. So he'll be interacting with this architecture team again. Once this architecture is done, is converted into RTL, again DFT engineer will speak to this RTL. If let's say doing DFT, right, he found some errors. Okay, to fix that, RTL needs to be changed. So DFT engineer will be in contact with RTL designer. Okay. And similarly, right, if there are any issues in this PD flow, right, he will also DFT engineer will also communicate with this PD team. Okay. So then after this PD is done, so fabrication is done. Okay. Then the chip is taped out. It comes back to foundry. So we have this chip here. Okay. But again, this chip needs to be tested, right, before sending out that to the customer. So this chip testing is usually done by ATE. Okay, so ATE is called as automated test equipment. So there will be a separate ATE team. So again, this ATE team, right, will again be dependent on DFT team on on verifying the test patterns that have been provided by the DFT. Okay. DFT engineers in connection with the ATE engineers will bring up this silicon based on the chip. So as you can see from this discussion, right, so that DFT engineers involvement will start from right from specification till the chip tapes out, and once it comes back, okay, starting from test from specification to testing, everything in every step of this chip design process. So DFT engineers part will always be present, which is not so when compared to the other domains. So this is the DFT is a critical domain, as you can see from all these dependencies on the DFT domain, right? So DFT itself is a critical job. That is very important job that needs to be given a proper due importance to it. Ah, Great. Next slide. So this is the basic DFT course overview. So this course contents may change. We are still churning this course contents, but this is what we have now. So in DFT course, right, will be taught about basics of Linux. As you most of the freshers, right, they'll not be uh, well versed with Linux usage of Linux. We'll be taught about basics of Linux. We'll be introduced to Linux and basic commands and how to use them, and we'll be provided tutorials on how exactly to use them. There are a lot of unique utilities like grep, sed, grep, acd, uh, dr, translate, and dr stands for translate. Okay, read link, uh, find. There are different commands. Okay. So we'll be discussing those commands, and we'll be uh, discussing those commands and how to use them. Okay. So I'll be taught about basics of Verilog, and uh, uh, this is pretty important. I mean, people usually say that DFT engineer doesn't need to know about Verilog, but I disagree, and I highly recommend that DFT engineers should be pretty confident in knowing Verilog, can understand, and should be pretty confident in handling this Verilog language. At least you should be able to understand the basic concepts of Verilog, so that it will be helpful in debugging the issues which usually come in come during the will perform in the DFT of the design. So, so if you are from electrical sciences background, right? So you'll all be aware of this basic decision design concepts. Okay. And coming to the most important part of this DF discussion, right? So we'll be doing scan insertion, we'll be doing boundary scan insertion, and we'll be doing ATPG. Okay. So in scan insertion, we'll be going through scan basics, operation, and its understanding. We'll be looking at having a discussion about these DRCs and analyzing them and discussing on how we can fix these DRCs. Okay. So then we'll perform scan insertion, scan stitching, and can this SPF is, is a abbreviation which stands for style protocol file. Okay, it is an output of the scan insertion step. We will understand the SPF file. Actually, this is a file. We'll understand the contents of this SPF file and also the scan insertion at least. Okay, we'll be performing scan insertion compression and then OCC discussion, and then boundary scan is IO testing that we'll be doing. We will be briefly introduced with this JTAG, and we'll be performing a JTAG insertion. So the last, right? So we'll be performing this ATPG. So we'll be doing again in ATPG also, right? There are some design checks that we will discuss. Then there are different types of fault models like stuck transition, small delay faults, path delay faults. So we'll discuss about all of these different types of fault models. So we'll do a pattern generation for second transition fault model, and we'll simulate the patterns, okay, which are generated in this stuck and ATPG, second and transition ATPG. Okay. And then if there are any mismatches in your log file, right? In your simulations, we can find out why why there are mismatches in simulation. Okay, that we can do it using tag. Okay. So as a whole, right? So this is the brief course contents. So you'll be provided lab. You will have labs, assignments, industry standard, DFT life project execution, mock interviews, and personality development. So this is the training methodology. So duration will usually be 3 to 4 months. Okay, so it's given 5 months here, but it will usually be 3 to 4 months. Daily batch will have 1 hour class and lab practice. Weekend batch 6 hours, week class and 6 hours per week class and lab practice. Number of students per batch will usually be 15 to 30. 24/7 you'll be having VPN access, lab access. So as as I mentioned earlier, right? So the trainers in the institute are very highly trained. They have good number of years of experience. So 100% placement support will be provided till you get placed. Okay. So these placements. Okay. So this is the placement process. We usually get our requirements from our clients. Assistance to the students will be provided preparing the resumes and interviews. So sending these resumes to the prospective clients who are hiring. Shortlisted candidates are expected to attend these written tests and interviews. So and the final list of selected students is announced. Okay. So this is the usual placement process that happens. And this is the list of companies that are hiring. As you can see, there is a good mix of product and service-based companies here. So these are a couple of snaps about snaps of our institute. Okay, guys, yeah, I think we have come to the end. If you have any questions, you can ask. You can chat your questions in chat window also. There will be no offline classes. Not aware of this offline. Hema, are there any offline classes? Hema, am I audible? Are there any offline classes? Yeah, I don't think there are any offline classes that I know of. Offline, I mean, I don't know. I'm not aware of the offline classes option. Maybe you can check with Hema. Okay. Any other queries, guys? Okay. If you have any, I think we can end this demo. If you still have any,
Sir, offline classes. Sir, offline classes option is there or not, sir?
it's not there. It's not there.
Is
No,
not there,
I don't.
okay.
I'm not aware of it as far as I know. But you can still pose this question to amounts. Whoever organized you this demo, right? You can ask them. Okay. Maybe they will be better placed to explain all these things.
Okay,
Okay.
sir.
Okay. Okay, fine. Then I think we can end this class here, demo here. If you still have any queries, right, you can get in touch with the representatives from the institute. They'll be they'll be answering your queries. If there are any technical questions, right, they'll be forwarding them to me, and I'll be answering them. Okay. Okay. Yes. I don't know about when this new batch will get started. Okay, you could ask the representatives from the institute. They'll be able to better answer it. Okay, guys. And before I end, right, I mean, you guys are in right track. Okay, please pursue this. Have no, if you have any doubts, right? I have no doubt about this domain. Okay, there will be a lot of people telling a lot of things. Don't trust their words. Okay, this is a good domain. Okay, you have taken the correct decision, to enter into the TFT domain. I would honestly, personally suggest you guys to pursue this as your career. It will be quite rewarding financially also. Okay. Okay. Yes. See you then. Bye bye.
Thank you.
Yeah. Sure.